Nairobi Securities Exchange is celebrating its 60th anniversary, and so many changes are happening, including rebranding. Happy anniversary to begin with. So what do we expect to see from the NSE going forward now?
Well, I think businesses have to stay attuned to the changing environment, and we find that the marketplace is evolving, and we need to re-engineer ourselves to remain relevant to the market that we serve. So we've made significant changes to the market over the last 5 to 10 years, and we want to call attention to that with this brand migration exercise.
So among the changes that you're putting through, of course, should be able to make NSE be more approachable than it has been before. I don't know what plans you have towards that, because my understanding is not so many Kenyans understand the nitty-gritties, the inside story of the NSE and how it works.
It's true that the business we are in can be a bit technical. It can be complicated, and we haven't done as good a job as we could have of explaining ourselves to Kenyans. And with this move that we are making, we want to reach out and explain ourselves, explain our relevance, because I think that a well-functioning market has a lot to offer to companies out there that want to raise capital, to investors who are looking for somewhere to invest their funds. So we need to connect with the people out there and demonstrate the value that their participation in our market can generate for them. So our very reason for existence is to include as many people as we can for them to participate in the growth of listed companies, which mirrors the growth of our economy, which we expect to be very strong going forward.
One of the things that is not going away in as far as the NSE is concerned is brokers' misappropriation of funds or shares, so to speak. We're talking about people like Thuo. What will you do to ensure that that image is off the NSE and now proper work is done or seem to be done?
Well, actually, the last incident of that nature that we had was 7 years ago. And the market has come a long way since then. There have been changes to the way the market is regulated, to the way our market players are governed, to their shareholding, with their boards of directors. They've appointed professionals in key positions, compliance officers, internal auditors. We've made investments in systems. The point we are making is that the market today is very different from what it was. We have come a long way. We've reformed the market, and we are now inviting Kenyans to have another look at the market.
Is this a sophisticated gambling institution? And I'm asking that because of let's use Safaricom as an example. During its IPO, there was a lot of push in the media for guys to buy shares, and we saw Kenyans come out in numbers to buy shares, and then they do not make money, or at least the way they expected to make money.
One of the key things that investors need to realize is that this is not a place where you come to make riches overnight. Investing is all about identifying good companies with solid businesses, with good management, that are going to deliver value to their customers over time. And if you take a longer term perspective, a lot of the people who invested, for example, in the Safaricom IPO have made money since the listing of Safaricom. That's the way to think about it. Not what happens to the price the following week or the following day, but over time.
Is the NSE still being considered the barometer of the economy? Because when we see it doing well, then it is assumed that the economy is doing well. When it's going down, then the economy is going down. Is that still the case?
It is. The performance of the index is a leading indicator, in the sense that investors are always looking ahead to what is coming up next, and investor sentiment is then reflected in the market. So to that extent, it's a very good indicator of where investors think the economy is going.
The demutualization process, what's happening? Where are we now, and why is it taking forever?
It has taken a long time. It's a complicated process. There are many stakeholders, but I'm glad to say that we are now very close to the end. We've made our final application to CMA. We expect that we'll get the formal approval shortly. There was a list of issues that we needed to deal with. We've dealt with each one of them, and we've been in discussions with the regulator, with the treasury, with the shareholders, and we now have agreement among all those groups, and we can conclude that process certainly within the first half of this year.
So any big IPOs to expect?
All I can say is watch this space.
Right. Okay, Peter, thank you very much for your time.
You're very welcome, John.
Asante sana.
Karibu.